In this lecture, I'm going to discuss the quadratic congruence. So let us have the theorem. The quadratic congruence x square is congruent to minus 1 modulo p, where p is a prime, and so this congruence as a solution if and only if p is congruent to 1 modulo 4. The first part of the proof is the if the quadratic congruence x square is congruent to minus 1 modulo p and p is a prime has a unique solution, you have to prove that. So p is congruent to 1 modulo 4. Suppose if so p is congruent to 1 modulo 4, then you have to prove that the quadratic congruence has a unique solution. So we'll move to the proof of the theorem. So in the first part, suppose the quadratic congruence x square plus 1 is congruent to 0 modulo p as a unique solution, then we prove that so p is congruent to 1 modulo 4. Suppose A is any solution of x square is congruent to minus 1 modulo p, therefore when x is equal to a, that is a square is congruent to minus 1 modulo p, and GCD of a comma p is equal to 1. It means so p does not divides a. By Fermat's theorem, we have a power p minus 1 is congruent to 1 modulo p, where p is prime, p does not divide a where a is any integer. So this can be written as 1 is congruent to a power p minus 1 modulo p, since congruence is symmetric. Now this implies 1 is congruent to, so in the power of a, just let us modify the power of a, so that can be written as a square over the power of p minus 1 by 2. In the power, multiply by 2 and divide by 2, I make so modulo p. You know, from this relation here, so a is a solution of the quadratic congruence, so therefore you can write a square is congruent to minus 1 modulo p. In place of a square, here we can write minus 1 here. So by using the result 1, so this implies 1 is congruent to, in place of a square we can write minus 1, minus 1 to the power of p minus 1 by 2 modulo p we can write. So where the power is an integer, where p minus 1 by 2 is an integer, because p is odd, is a prime, then p minus 1 is an even by 2, comes as an integer. So this implies p divides 1 minus 1 to the power of p minus 1 by 2. So this is true when p minus 1 by 2 must be the even integer. If the p minus 1 by 2 is even, so this implies p divides 1 minus 1, that is 0. This implies p divides 0. Yes, p minus 1 by 2 must be even integer. Now this implies that p minus 1 is equal to 4k. 2 goes to RHS here. So this implies p is equal to 4k plus 1. So this implies, so p is congruent to 1 modulo 4. You can observe that. So p is divided by 4 when the remainder is 1. So this can be written as, you can observe that. So 4 divides p minus 1. So this can be written as, so p is congruent to 1 modulo 4. Conversely, suppose p is congruent to 1 modulo 4, then we prove that the quadratic congruence x square plus 1 is congruent to 0 modulo p as a solution. Okay. Now we assume that p is congruent to 1 modulo 4, then p can be written as 4k plus 1. Then p can be written as 4k plus 1. From this result you can observe that, where k is an integer. By Wilson's theorem, we have p minus 1 factorial is congruent to minus 1 modulo p, where p is prime. Now this implies p minus 1 factorial can be expanded as 1 into 2 into 3 and so on, p minus 1 by 2 into p plus 1 by 2 and so on into p minus 1 is congruent to minus 1 modulo p. But we have the congruences p minus 1 is congruent to minus 1 modulo p, since so p divides p minus 1 minus of minus plus 1. This implies p divides p. So we can use p minus 1 and first term we can construct the congruence. Similarly, p minus 2, previous of p minus 1 is p minus 2, is congruent to minus 2 modulo p, since p divides p minus 2 plus 2. This implies p divides p and so on. So p plus 1 by 2 is congruent to minus of p minus 1 by 2 modulo p. since p divides p plus 1 by 2 minus of minus plus p minus 1 by 2 plus of or minus of bit cancel p plus p, that is p by 2 plus p by 2, this implies p, so p divides p. Yes, there are p minus 1 by 2 congruences. So let us call equation 3. Now using 3 in equation 2, we get now equation 2 can be written as, so now equation 2 can be written as by using the congruences 3. So 1 into 2 into 3 and so on, p minus 1 by 2. So p plus 1 by 2 can be written as, so minus of p minus 1 by 2 modulo p. I can write minus of p minus 1 by 2 under the modulo p. So and so on here. So here we have p minus 2. P minus 2 can be written as minus 2, minus 2, and p minus 1 can be written as minus 1 using 3, that is minus 1 is congruent to, so minus 1 modulo p, which is written here. So this implies, so here minus of p minus 1 by 2 and so on, minus 2 and minus 1, there are p minus 1 by 2 signs, so that can be written outside, minus 1 to the power of p minus 1 by 2. So here 1 and last term 1, that is can be written as 1 square. So second term and with last but one term, 2 into 2, that is 2 square, minus sign already have taken outside, 2 square. 3 and previous term of here minus 3 will be here, so 3 square and so on. P minus by 2, p minus 1 by 2 into p minus 1 by 2, that is p minus 1 by 2 whole square is congruent to minus 1 modulo p. So this implies minus 1 to the power of p minus 1 by 2, so 1 into 2 into 3 and so on, p minus 1 by 2 whole square is congruent to minus 1 modulo p, we can write. Since p minus 1 by 2 is an even integer, so this implies p minus 1 by 2, take it as 2k. So therefore minus 1 to the power of 2k, there are 1 2 3, p minus 1 by 2 is an integer, so this can be written as p minus 1 by 2 factorial whole square is congruent to minus 1 modulo p. So this becomes positive, minus 1 to the power of e1 is positive, so this can be written as p minus 1 by 2 factorial whole square is congruent to minus 1 modulo p. So therefore x is equal to p minus 1 by 2 factorial is an solution of quadratic congruence x square is congruent to minus 1 modulo p. So this is the proof. So let us take an example. Let us say, so p is equal to 13 is of the form of 4 into 3 plus 1. So that can be written as 4k plus 1 form. So and here p minus 1 by 2 where p is equal to 13. 13 minus 1 by 2, that is 6 here. So it is easy to see that 6 factorial can be written as 720. 720 is congruent to 5 modulo 13. Since 13 divides 720 minus 5, this implies 6 factorial is congruent to 5 modulo 13. So this implies can be written as 6 factorial square plus 1 is congruent to 5 square plus 1 modulo 13. So this implies 6 factorial square plus 1 is equal to 2 is congruent to 26 modulo 13. So but 26 is congruent to 0 modulo 13 since 13 divides 26. So therefore I can write 6 factorial square plus 1. So 26 is congruent to 0 modulo 13. So therefore 6 factorial square plus 1 is congruent to 0 modulo 13. So this implies 6 factorial square is congruent to minus 1 modulo 13. So therefore x is equal to 6 factorial is a solution of x square plus 1 is congruent to 0 modulo 13. Let us take another example. Let so p is equal to 17. So this can be written as 4 into 4 plus 1. So is of the form 4 cube plus 1. So 17 is of the form 4 cube plus 1. Therefore, so there exists a solution for the quadratic congruence. So here p minus 1 by 2. So p is 17, that's 16 by 2, that is equal to 8. So therefore we can write 8 factorial whole square is congruent to minus 1 modulo 17. So hence we can write x is equal to 8 factorial is a solution of the congruence x square is congruent to minus 1 modulo 17.